Hey everybody, Renegade 67 and or 8 here with some more Let's Play stream, Fate Stay Night, Blind, Variety. I keep every time now, final blurts into my head, say final, say final. It's like the devil in my head's like, say final, and the angel's like, no, you've made the mistake already, you're supposed to say fate, and I don't know what it is. Oh, here with some more Final Stay Night. Okay, so, last time we started the third day of, we're not in the prologue, but we're still sort of in the prologue. Until we summon the Saber, it's kind of the prologue, right? Like, jeez. But anyways, you don't happen to have an appetite this morning, right? I'm hungry, I'm fine, so don't try to take my food using my dream as an excuse. Wait a second, we read this line already. Oh, interesting. Okay, I just learned something. When you load a file, it doesn't always load... It doesn't load whatever exact line you were on. It loads the screen of text. So technically, I was still in the screen of text. I just learned that. Also, a fun fact is that the place, I don't remember exactly where it was, but when he said Katsu, remember when Ryudo said Katsu? Well, I looked up what Katsu is, and as per general Japanese fashion, without the voice and without the kanji, it's kind of hard to tell what Katsu he meant, because there are like 4 or 5 different things Katsu can mean. It could mean like, yes, victory. It could mean an expression of scolding. Katsu could also mean yet, moreover. Katsu can mean life, livelihood. Katsu can be like a religious thing. Maybe that's what it was, because Ryudo's like a monk. Anyways, that's why kanji's helpful, to know what Katsu he means. I can't tell with Romanji. Anyways, I'm fine, so don't take my food using my dreams as an excuse. I'm glad you've gotten so strong, but personally, I wish you were more delicate. Ooh. Didn't I say that last time? Like, I could say the same to you. And hey, now Shiro has said the same to her. That's my line. I wish you'd be more sweet. We make fun of each other without looking at each other. Oh, rude! And Sakura was probably awkwardly staring at both of you. That proves my liveliness, and Fujina's laughs with relief. Ha ha. Why don't you say ha ha ha? An official katakana Japanese word. Ha ha ha. To be honest, I'm glad she's worrying. I think that's a good thing. Some people would be like, oh, don't worry about me, you're such a nag, but it is good for, them to worry to some extent for sure. But she'll be elated if I thank her, so I act like I'm disconnected. That's rude! That's so ungenuine. Gosh, you can't just thank someone for showing concern. I guess, I get it, but like, come on, man, that's... Maybe you've done it before and it's turned out bad. Still, though, maybe she knows you well enough to know that you're thankful even if you don't say anything. Maybe she knows that you know that she knows that you know that you know that your name is Shiro. Huh? Arere? Not knowing the circumstances, Sakura looks puzzled at the way we're acting. Huh, you'd think with her, being here for like a year or so, she would have picked up on stuff like this, but, I guess it doesn't beat our several years together, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Next scene. After Fujine leaves, we lock the house and leave. Okay. Senpai, is that because you have to summon a servant, Lancer, and try to kill me? Is that why? Is that your excuse? You know that Lancer's gonna come kill me tonight and you don't want to get in the way? Senpai, I won't be able to come and help out tonight until Monday. Is that alright? That's very sketchy and suspicious and extremely convenient timing. But fine, I'll buy it. I guess in the narrative, maybe you're not secretly a master, and maybe this is just convenient time for the narrative's sake. But it's sketchy for sure. That's alright, it's the weekend anyway. You should be hanging out with your friends, so don't worry about it.
ないです。本当に個人的な用事でちゃんと部活にだって出るんですから。だから何かあったら道場に来てくれれば何とかします。
What are you worrying about, Sakura? You don't want me to think that you're with like a boyfriend because you want me to be the boyfriend? Like, it's okay, just hang out with your friends. No, of course not. I would never do that without you. You're like my bestest friend. I definitely don't have a boyfriend. That feels like to me what she's saying here with those words, if by reading between the lines.
別に土日だからって遊びに行くわけじゃないです。だから変な勘違いはしないでもらえると助かります。
I'm not going off to play because it's the weekend, so please don't misunderstand me. That, or this is the psychological effects of Shinji abusing you and, you know, not wanting to slack off, not wanting to know that the person you're working for knows that you're slacking off because you want to stay useful to them, and you're just mentally forgetting that this is Shiro and not Shinji. I know it's easy to make the confusion. They do share a syllable in their name, but they are different people, and they don't treat you the same way, which is what leads me to believe it's possibly the boyfriend thing, but I could see it the other way. Eh? Sakura's acting suspicious and she looks very tense. Nandesu ka? I don't know why, but I guess she just means she can't come over this weekend.
わかった。なんかあったら道場に行くよ。
I understand. I'll go to the dojo if something goes up. Wakata. I gotta stop doing that. Just because I understand it doesn't mean you guys understand it.
はい、そうしてもらえれば嬉しいです。
Yes, it'll make me happy if you do so. Sakura looks relieved. And when she looks down, her face suddenly stiffens.
先輩って。
Senpai, your hand. My hand? Not your hand? Your hand was the one with the bruise. Eh? Sakura's staring at my left hand. Arere, looking down at it, it's bleeding. Oh, that's bad. Someone stabbed me in the night? Well, why the blood? Am I dying? Did you stab me in the night? Is this like a premonition? Like, are we in a weird time paradox where because Lancer stabs me in the future, I'm bleeding in the past? Arere? I pull up my sleeve. There's certainly blood there.
なんだこれ。昨日の夜ガラクタいじってて切ったかな。
I think he said nande kore? Why this? Instead of nani kore, which would be what's this? I guess it's not a big difference. I just noticed the small things and I'm like, maybe I cut it while fixing something last night. It doesn't hurt at all. That's extra weird. That means something might be wrong with you. Because the whole point of pain is your body is saying, hey, dumbass, you're hurt. If you don't stop that hurt, you'll die. So if you don't feel that hurt, that means your body's not working right. There's just a welt on there. The welt goes straight from my shoulder down to the hand. And it looks... Oh, geez. Wait, what? It doesn't hurt at all. Wait, you mean the whole section is bloody? Straight from my shoulder down to my hand. That's not good. It looks kind of like a small snake running from my shoulder to my hand. Gross. Is this some magicy wagicy thing?
ま、痛みもないし、すぐに引くだろう。大丈夫。気にするほどじゃない。
Daijobu nai? In my opinion, very daijobu nai. I don't feel any pain, so it should go away quickly. Don't worry, it's nothing. I guess to be fair, if you were bleeding that much, you should feel something. If you don't, that's very, very, very wrong. If you're bleeding that much, you'd think you'd have bled out in your sleep or something.
はい。先輩がそう言うのでしたら気にしません。
If you say so, senpai. Perhaps she's feeling bad from seeing the blood as Sakura looks away and falls silent. So what is this snaky snake thing? And it just happened in the middle of the night? Is this related to the flashback? Did it cause the flashback? This is the day where we summon our servant. Is this related to that? Is this me getting the power welling up inside me? Okay, so let's say a master turned down the Grail and Kirei had to find somebody as a spare. Does he, like, tell them that they're going to be a spare? Or I assume they get a choice. Or is he just do it like without them knowing, like, oh, you'll be a magical person? You! I don't think it works that way. So I don't think you can accidentally join the Grail War. I don't think. I leave Sakura, who has club activities, and head to the school building. The schoolyard is full of spirited students running around, and there is a bounded field going on. Do you notice it? How strong is your magic? Probably not strong enough. Ellipses. Still, there's something oddly wrong here. Okay, you notice it a little bit, but you probably don't know exactly what it is. Is that it? The school is like it always is. The students at morning practice are lively, and the new school building is spotless. New school building? Wait, what? There's a new school building? Did I miss something? How long has that been there? That's sketchy. Suspicious. Why is it a new school building? Does that mean the school creator? The principal? That's the name. Are they a master? Did they make the new school building for the purposes of this Grail War? Crack theories. Maybe it's just my imagination. But when I close my eyes, the air completely changes. Interesting. So when you shut off... that makes sense. When you shut off your other senses, your magical sense increases, I guess. The school building is covered with stains like membranes, and the students running around the schoolyard seem like empty dolls. Maybe I'm just tired. So, Ren's very good at sensing, like, she would know if there's another okay, does she know Shiro is magic? Yes, he's very minor magic. Well, no, that's right, okay. Actually, how does that work? Because he doesn't have any inherent magical crests. He has to, like, do that whole thing where he puts a pike in his back, an invisible pike, to give himself temporarily access to the magical fields, which means he's not naturally magic, so maybe Rin wouldn't sense him, but he still can sense other things, even if he's not naturally magic. I'm not exactly sure how that works. But, because that's weird. So what, he's an android. He can sense other power levels, but they can't sense his power level. I shake my head and head towards the school. School ends early on Saturdays. Okay, so why does he end up staying late exactly? He's gonna help someone out, I'm guessing? My guess at the time, classes end before noon after I finish helping Issei, the sun's starting to set. My guess at the time was that he was working on something, helping someone, and he fell asleep, because we've had proof of him falling asleep. He doesn't seem that tired, but maybe. Then again, maybe the dream, maybe something's happening to him. My other guess was that he already knew about the Grail War and was staying behind because he noticed the servants. That seems to have been proven untrue, so my guess is it's the former, that he falls asleep trying to help somebody. So who's going to ask him for help? Is it Issei we're helping? No, it even says right here, after I finish helping Issei. And it's not that dark yet, so what's the deal? Well, let's head home. That definitely doesn't happen. I pack up and leave my classroom. So what's going to stop him? And then, okay, here it is. What's the then? Is it this fucker? This fuckity fucker, my best friend? My best friend in the whole goddamn world? Is he the one who gets me killed? Thanks for that in advance, fucker. What do you need my help with? Huh? Help that's gonna get me killed? Okay, maybe I'm jumping ahead of myself, but I doubt it. Oh, you're still here? Emiya. I bump into Shinji. There are a couple of girls behind him being rowdy. Oh, hey, I met you with your girlfriends. Maybe this means you won't be a dick in public? Well, then again, they'd be like the bad boys, right? So maybe they like it when you're a dick. But are you gonna be a dick to your close friend? Your bestest friend in the whole goddamn world?
やることもないくせにまだ残ってたの？ああ、そうか。また生徒会にごますってたわけね。いいね、宮は。部活なんてやんなくても内心稼げるんだからさ。
Nickname for Shinji every time I see him is fuckface. That's pretty blunt. That's pretty blunt, and it's not a pun on his name. I like to make it a pun on their name somehow. So how about she in Japanese? One of the words, like how we've talked about, kanji is used to differentiate the different meanings of words. Katsu can mean several things, depending on the kanji. She, one of the things it can mean is death. So let's use that. Now, it can mean that for Shiro as well. He's gonna die-ish. With the not quite. He'll be only mostly dead. But for Shinji's case, we could call him like... Shinji doesn't deserve a fun, punny nickname. No, it's great. Let's see here. Hey, Shitface. Shitface? I like that better than fuckface. Because fuckface is a bit too blunt for my taste. I like puns. At least when I make fun of someone. I like to laugh with them a little bit while I'm laughing at them, just as slight respect. So hey, Shitface. It doesn't work the best because Shiro also has she in his name. I'll work on it. It's a work in progress. Shitface. Shit. Ugh. You gotta stretch out the she. You can't just say shit. You gotta say shit. You were still here even though you had nothing to do. Oh yeah, you were sticking up for the student council again, right? I envy you. You can get good reports from the school without doing any club activities. You can get good reports from the school? Well, I mean, it's called being a nice person. Sticking up for the student council? It's not sticking up for the student council. It's doing this thing where I help people because I like helping people. I think that's a foreign concept to you, Shinji, but it's a thing some people do, believe it or not. You envy me. Really? Why do you envy me? Because your sister likes me? Do you know that your sister likes me?
生徒会の手伝いじゃないぞ。学校の備品を直すのは生徒として当たり前だろ。使ってるのは俺たちなんだから。
I'm not helping the student council. It's only natural for a student to fix the school equipment, right? After all, we're the ones using them. That is fair. I mean, multiple students are using them. Although, and you're Ryudo's friend. Although, are you Ryudo's friend because you helped the student council? Or is that just coincidental? Like, did you become friends because you were helping the student council? Interesting to think of. I mean, you are helping the student council, though. Even if, like, we're the ones using them. Anyway, semantics. I can see both sides to that argument.
よく言うよ。エミヤに言わせれば、なんだって当たり前だからね。そういういい子ぶりが勘に触るって前に言わなかったっけ?
Keep talking like that. For you, everything is natural. Didn't I tell you that I hate how you act like a good kid? Did I tell you how I hate your fucking stupid shit face and I want to punch it every time I see you? Oh no? Well, let me tell you right now.
すまん。よく覚えていない。それ、シンジの口癖だと思っていたから、どうも聞き流してたみたいだ。
Are you taking him seriously? Sorry, gomenasai. What did he say? I wasn't paying attention. I don't remember that. I thought that was just the sort of thing you say, so I didn't really notice it. Just the sort of thing he says. Yeah, that's just the sort of thing he says because he's a dick. That's why he says that sort of thing. Come on, man. Oh, jeez. You didn't really notice. I guess to be fair, you're a blunt individual, so you don't really care about random insults. I guess for you, sticks and stones may break my bones. Lances may stab me and kill me. But words can never hurt me. I guess you're that kind of guy, so words don't bug you that much. Which, I can see that, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't think he's a dick face just because the words don't bug you. You can hate someone just because they're not bugging you specifically. Well, you can at least dislike him. And Shinji doesn't like that, because Shinji likes being the center of the universe. So the fact that Shiro is ignoring things Shinji's saying or isn't taking him fully seriously pisses Shinji off. It's a great relationship. It's really a very healthy one. That's bound to end in another fist fight, and probably just hasn't yet, because Shinji still remembers the bruises from last time.
そうかい。それじゃあ学校にあるものなら何でも直してくれるんだ、エミヤは。
Oh, are you gonna recommend something else? Fine. You're gonna fix everything at this school? So this is when he recommends I fix something else. And then, and that's why I end up staying late. So, wow, what a dick. I mean, he's only a dick if he's doing it on purpose. Like, if he's a master, if he's a plot twist master, and his servant is Lancer, then yeah, he's a pretty big fucking dick. Otherwise, he's only a minor dick. Because he definitely doesn't actually want help. He's just trying to... I mean, maybe he wants help, but I think it's more likely he's trying to make Shiro suffer by getting him to do some annoying task.
何でも直すなんて無理だ。せいぜい面倒見るぐらいだが。
Fixing everything would be impossible. The most I can do is take care of things. Well, you can fix what you fix, just like you can save what you save. The little everyday superhero, only we're not saving people, we're saving things. But saving things is sort of like saving people to an extent, and sometimes literally, depending on the circumstances.
よし。なら頼まれてくれよ。うちの弓道場さ、今割と散らかってるんだよね。弦も巻いてないのが溜まってるし、安土の掃除もできてない。
Alright, then do me a favor. Our archery club is kind of a mess right now. It's a bit disordered and some of the bows need strings attached. Really? Isn't that a job for the archery club to take care of? Granted, I was a former member, but I would think Ayako or Fujimura would be on top of that sort of thing. Unless they ask you to do it, maybe as like a punishment for bullying the other member out of the club. They asked you to do it, and now you're just gonna pass it off on Shio or something, would be my guess. If it needs doing, I doubt they'd leave it undone. They probably assigned a certain member to do it. And if they assigned a member who wasn't you, then you probably wouldn't be bothering with this. So they probably asked you to do it, and now you're gonna get me to do it. Is that right? Is that what's happening here?
暇ならさ、そっちの方もよろしくやってくれないかな。
If you have time, can you do that too? What, do your chores for you? I'm probably Shiro doesn't even realize that that's what's happening. And like a dingus, he's gonna say yes.
元弓道部員だろ。生徒会になんか尻尾振ってないで、たまには僕たちの役に立ってくれ。
This freaking shit face. The nerve. You used to be a member. Don't just stick to the student council, and be useful to us sometimes as well. You used to be a member. Yeah, used to. It should be the actual members currently that are taking care of it, and also especially the one who used to be a member that was partially left the team because of you, and you know it! You fucker!
ちょっと先輩、それって先輩が藤村先生に言われてたことじゃなかった？
There it is, and Shiro hears this and he's gonna do it anyway? Senpai, didn't Fujimura sensei tell you to do that?
そうですよ。ちゃんとやっておかないと明日怒られますよ。
That's right, you'll be scolded tomorrow if you don't do it properly. And let me guess, Shinji's gonna throw out something like, you don't want me to be scolded, right, Shiro? And I'm too busy, so I guess you'll have to do it. Or some bullshit line. And Shiro's gonna eat that right up. Well, I don't want Shinji to be scolded. He's my close friend. God.
でもさ、今から片付けしてたら店閉まるじゃん。そこの人がやってくれんならそれでいいんじゃないの？
But, like, the shop will close if I start cleaning now. It's fine if he does it, right? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, was that Shinji speaking? Because that was definitely a girl voice. But the shop will close if I start cleaning now. It's fine if he does it, right? Okay, I think that's some sort of mistranslation somewhere. Because it seems like Shinji's the one saying that. But the voice... I heard demo sa, and I know sa is used in that sense. It's like sort of like when you say like in English. But, like, the shop will close. But Shinji was the one speaking, so some sort of mistranslation there, but whatever. No, let's just say Shinji's... I don't think Shinji would talk like that, but he'd be like, but like, the shop will close if I start cleaning now. It's fine if he does it, right? He's pukey and smelly. We don't like him.
悪いよ。それに部外者に後片付けなんかできるわけないし。
I don't know. Besides, an outsider wouldn't know how. Unless, okay, maybe, alright, here's what the typo might have been. What if she said, but the shop will close if you start cleaning now, not if I start cleaning. Maybe that's what was said wrong. That makes more sense than there be some error that Shinji was actually speaking, but her voice played. I think that's what happened. An outsider wouldn't know how. I mean, Shiro's not an outsider, though. We've talked about this. He knows the bows very well.
そうでもないんじゃない？あの人元弓道部員だってシンジが言ってるしさ。任せちゃえばいいのよ。
Are you like sure? Shinji said he used to be in the archery club, though, so we can let him do it. Yeah, totally. Yeah, girlfriend. They're getting rowdy behind Shinji. How much of a posse do you have? It seems they're in the archery club, but they must be members that Shinji recruited recently, as I don't know them. Oh, bunch of first-year girls, a bunch of fresh blood for you to get your hooks into. Were they some of the ones that you helped bully the other guy with? Okay. Can I ask you females, when you have some time, what do you see in this loser? Oh, limit goes. It's the bad boy thing. I get it, but gosh dang it, I hate the bad boy trope. To be fair, though, he's a bad boy that treats girls nicely. A lot of the time, the whole girls, like, bad boy thing will have things where it's like, oh, I hate the girls, but the girls like it when I hate them. This is different. He actually does like the girls, so I can't be as mad about the trope, but...
じゃあ、あとはよろしく。鍵の場所は変わってないから、勝手にやっといてよ。文句ないよね、エミヤ。
I'll leave it to you then. The key's in the usual place, so go ahead if you don't mind, right, Emiya? Right? Ne?
なあ、構わないよ。どうせ暇だったから、たまにはこういうのも悪くない。
Oh, by the way, ne is basically the same thing as right in Japanese, more or less. That's why ne. Anyways. No, I have some free time, so this isn't a bad thing to do once in a while. Do your fucking chores for you.
Thank you. それじゃあ行こうぜみんな。つまんない雑用はあいつがやっといてくれるってさ。
Love the English. I'll say that. Thank you. Let's go, everyone. He says he'll do the boring chore for us. Boring chores. Oh, hold on. It wasn't a typo. I get it. They're part of the archery club. Oh, where does it say that? The shop will close if we. I think it should have said we. Definitely not I, but anyways. Did she say Tachi? Maybe she said, like, Watashi Tachi. Tachi essentially pluralizes people. So if you say Watashi, that could mean I. Watashi Tachi would mean we. If you say Anata, which can mean you, and you say Anata Tachi, that means the group of you. Anyways. He says he'll do the boring chores for us.
待ってよ先輩。じゃああとはよろしくお願いしますね先輩。
Oh, at least she said onegashimasu. That's pretty polite of her. At least some of his female flunkies are kind of polite sometimes. At least to keep up maybe appearances, maybe because they want to impress. Because to be fair, he is very nice to them, so maybe they want to be nice to people to not. Because he likes nice girls. He's a bad boy who likes nice girls. I could see that. He doesn't like Rin very much, I don't think. But anyways. Oh, wait, senpai. Oh, yes. Please take care of the cleaning, senpai. Other senpai. Calling them both senpai? That's confusing. I think that's probably senpai-sama to Shinji. I could see him being that high and mighty. Call me senpai-sama. By the way, sama. San is the usual suffix. Chan is for females, kun is for males, there's a few others. Sama you generally use when referring to someone of, like, a godly stature. Like kami-sama. So if you call someone sama, it means they're either making fun of you or they're looking up to you big time. Depending on, you know, how they talk, you can sort of gauge whether they're making fun of you or genuinely looking up to you. The cleaning ends quite easily, as I know the place well. It took a while, as it's quite big, but it was fun cleaning the place I used until a year and a half ago. I picked up a bow thinking it might be okay to shoot just once, but since it wasn't mine, I decided not to. Wow! I mean, doesn't a lot of if it's an archery club, doesn't have bows provided by the school? And some non-personal bows, and you still don't use it? Gosh, you gotta practice back up on your archery skills, man, for the Grail War. Maybe if you get, like, a temporary partnership with Ring, you can get Archer to teach you archery. You probably won't be as good as him, but unless Archer is you from the future, you know, crack theories and all. What? He's from the future, but he's also traveled back in time with the Grail or something. Oh, of course, because he time traveled back to when the fire happened, right? Because when Shiro gets the Grail, right? He's going to time travel back to when the fire happens to stop the fire from happening. And then he'll grow up to be as old as Archer is in the present, roughly. But then also die, so he can get summoned as a servant or something. Crack theories. If I ever want to, I can just bring my own bow and come here. When I look at the clock, it's way past curfew. It's a little after 7 o'clock. The gate should be closed by now, so there's no reason to rush now. But still. Was this dojo always this dirty? There are loads of places that look unkept.
ここまで来たら1時間も2時間も変わらないか。
Another hour or two won't matter now that I've done this much. Yes it will. When do you pass out? Hold on. It's way past curfew. A little after 7. When did the fight start happening? I don't remember if they gave an exact time with the whole Lancer versus Archer thing. The gate should be closed by now. I started this, so I'll finish the job. No, don't finish the job. Just go home early and don't get thrusted like lightning. Then again, getting thrusted like lightning. You getting thrusted now will probably mean you get the chance to thrust a bunch of ladies because of the Grail War. So maybe it's all for the best. If this is what helps you be part of the Grail War and without it you wouldn't be, maybe? I don't know how true that is. Would you have been part of it anyways? I'm not sure what the inciting incident is. The wind is blowing. It's so cold that my cheeks are getting numb. Fuyuki City isn't usually cold during the winter, but it's cold tonight of all nights. Yay? Do you like the cold or not like the cold? So, this is the time when you die, I guess. I mean, only mostly die. Let's make sure everybody on. Turn everybody on. This will be a party. You can get Issei on just to be safe. I think that's everybody. No, let's get Kirei on. Don't miss out on Kirei's beautiful voice. Dash, dash. My breath hangs around as white cold. Wow, actually, we sped through this day pretty quickly. We may actually get Saber today. In today's stream. No wonder it's dark. The moon's behind the clouds. There's no light in the sky when I look up. Because of the strong winds, the clouds are moving fast. It's past curfew and there's no sign of life in the empty school. It seems this place is filled only with chill as it's all silent. Oh, there's the clashing! Remember that epic battle? I can see it playing in my head now. By which I mean the imagination I had back when I was reading it because it didn't really play out. But I can imagine what it looked like in the anime. Or the other anime. Double anime all the way. Just now. I think I hear something. I do hear something. Is it coming from the school grounds? How far away can that be heard, actually? Are there any, like, residential, like, places near the school? Is the school closed off? I think Rin would know this. I don't think Rin would be so stupid as to start this fight if the school is close to any places of living. So I guess the school is kind of secluded would be my assumption. Like, far enough away where these noises wouldn't wake people. This night, I must have been curious about the sound that broke the silence. To investigate it, I find myself heading there, even though I somehow know that I mustn't. How do you know? You don't actually know. Is it your magical seventh sense? I go to the schoolyard. Hito? I'm used to nin being referring to people, or ningen, but Hito. Interesting. Oh, maybe that's... Hold on, that's right. The kanji for people... No, I'm remembering this now. Usually kanjis have multiple readings, because Japan just likes to be fucking confusing with their language. That's right. I think Hito's the other one. You use nin if it's a compound word, like ningen, human beings. But if you just use it alone, you read it Hito. So I think that's what's going on here. Japanese is confusing. Kanji is confusing. Because they all have... And it's not just that they have two readings. They have at least two, usually. They have a compound reading and a solo reading. And hopefully it's just one for each. Sometimes it's like they've got 3 compound readings. Well, you know, they can only really have 1 solo... That's not even true. Sometimes they can have like 3 solo readings to have 3 different solo meanings. And then like 10 compound readings and it's just like, frickin' kanji. Some of them are simple, some of them are not. People? Well, they only look like that from a distance. It's a dark night with no light. If I want to know more, I'll have to go closer to the schoolyard. Hikari. Hikari is light, right? It just flashed into my head when I read the word light. I'm like, that's right, I know the kanji for that, that's Hikari. But like, that's only one of them. Is that the compound or is that the solo? And what's the other one? Is there another one? Some of them aren't both. Some of them are like just compound and have no solo kanji reading anyways. I can hear the sounds louder now. It's the sound of metal hitting metal. That must mean someone's fighting with weapons there.
何考えてるんだ俺。
That's stupid. Bakashi. What does that mean? I know baka is idiot. Baka bakashi. And I know in Japan it's pretty typical that when you repeat words, it increases the meaning. That's just kind of a Japanese thing. So if you say baka baka, it basically just means super idiot. It's pretty typical. Bakashi, though. I don't know that. I may have to look that up at some point. There's a lot of nuance in how you conjugate verbs, but baka isn't a verb. Anyways, what the hell am I thinking? I dismiss the image from my mind with a bitter smile and walk on. Could she be a, what's it called, a particle? If she's a particle, I'm not familiar with it. You've got particles like watashi wa, where, you know, wa, which just is sort of like the topic particle. Ga is used for similar things. Then you've got wo, which is used when you're doing an activity of some kind. And you've got no, which is like, no means like a descriptor, like A contains B, you would use no. And then you've got to, which you can use for and or if when. Anyways, I'm getting to a whole bunch of particles, but I'm not familiar with a she particle. That might be a fringe thing. Anyways, I distance the image from my mind with a better smile and walk on. At that time, there's also sa, though. Okay, I'm getting a little too into Japanese right now. Sa is not a particle, not really, but like if you say demo sa, that's like but like. Sa you can just throw in anywhere and it means like when someone's speaking English. That's the closest equivalent really, is when you're like, I like went to the store, and like you don't need to say it, but you do anyways. That's basically what sa is when you hear it in Japanese, like demo sa. Because demo is but, the sa means nothing, it's like. But I don't know if she has a similar thing going on. Anyways, at that time, maybe my instincts noticed the danger as I hid myself as I approached. I don't know if this is fortunate or not. But anyways, when I get by a tree that's big enough to hide myself, I take a closer look at the source of the sound. How much can you see? You'll at least be able to see Rin. Oh, you see it. You just see it. Oh, this image again. My mind stops completely. What the? Nandesu ka? Nani sore? Sore, by the way, means that. Kore means this. So, nani sore would be, what's that? You could also do, because kore means this, sore means that. You can also do, though, kono and sono, which I believe distances. How does it work? No, is it the other way around? Because there's kore and kono and sore and sono. And when you use the no instead of the re, it changes it from being close to being distant, but I forget which is which. So, like, if it's something that's not close to you, you might say, nani sono? I'm not sure how that works. Anyways, what the? There's something strange there. A man in red and a man in blue. They're dangerously armed, and as their ominous appearance suggests, they're actually slashing at each other. I can't understand. Well, then learn to speak Japanese. I'm sorry if I'm trying to explain. Come on, what? I can't follow them with my eyes. My brain does not work properly, faced with their impossible movements. But the clang of their weapons tells me they're trying to kill each other. Not kill, faint. It's like Pokemon. Dash, dash. I just knew immediately when I saw them. They are not human. They're probably just things that look like humans. I can tell not because I'm learning magic. Anyone would realize they're not human. Although because you're learning magic, couldn't they be super strong magic humans? Maybe they're using like some kind of speed enhancing magic thing? Maybe. You don't know the full extent of what magic can do. Rin would probably tell you and know for a fact that no, like magic wouldn't let you do this. But you might not know that. After all, humans can't move like that. So there's something no one should associate with. Dash, dash. I can feel their murderous intent even from a distance. I'm gonna die. That's what Rin was feeling from Lancer. My body understands faster than my brain that I will definitely die if I stay here. Thanks, Shinji. Best friends, That's why my heart is racing so fast. Okay, now, don't roll a natural 1 on your stealth check, and you can get away without being noticed. Too bad future's already predetermined or whatever. As a living thing like them, I sense that they're living things made only to kill. To be fair, you'll need better than a natural 1 to succeed on a stealth check against them. Like, not even 20 will probably do it. You need probably at least a 30 to succeed in a stealth check against these guys. How high is your dexterity modifier? Dash, 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 dash. They're using weapons made only to kill. I remember the murder yesterday. Oh, related? Maybe. But my thinking is that's a master thing, like a master killing them, unless the master summoned the servant and had the servant kill them. Possible. They said the family was killed with some weapon like a sword. Interesting. Well, okay, that can be used by just a regular murderer. But if that actually was a sword-like weapon, it wouldn't be saber. It wouldn't be archer, I don't think. We didn't see that happening from Rin's point of view. I guess it could be Lancer. Is maybe Lancer's master the one who summoned them and killed their whole own family? I suppose that's possible. What other weapons like blades are there? Rider might have a weapon like that. Caster wouldn't use a weapon like that. Assassin could work. That could definitely be an option. Berserker could work. So it could be Berserker, could be Assassin. Rider, maybe? Probably not Caster. Ellipses? I shouldn't watch any longer. But my body won't follow my commands and I can't even breathe. My mind wants to run away, but my judgment tells me I'll be seen the moment I run away. To be fair, though, given that they're giving the impression like, oh, it's like a sword type thing, like, oh, they were struck with a blade, I doubt they would do that, narratively speaking. If they're trying to, if the author, unless the author's purposely screwing with us, if the author's trying to give us a clue, then I'm assuming that clue isn't something BS like, oh yeah, it was Rider, or yeah, Caster was totally using a blade. So because of that, narratively speaking, I think it's more likely for it to be Assassin, probably, or Lancer. But I doubt it's Rider or Caster, because narratively, pointing that out to the audience, the author would just be screwing with us if that was the case. Anyways, my judgment tells me I'll be seen the moment I run away, unless that's going to be a plot twist, like that servant uses a blade, even though you'd think they wouldn't, given the kind of servant they are. That could also be a thing. Anyways, my mind wants to run away, but my judgment tells me, in which case, this would be the hint that they actually use a blade. Anyways, my judgment tells me I'll be seen the moment I run away. More than the conflict within me, my body is just numb. Even though I'm over 40 meters away, I can't breathe properly, and it's like I have a spear pointed right at my back. Soon it'll be straight through your heart. 40 meters away? Can you just judge that? Maybe because, you know what, you're an archer. That's fair. I wouldn't be able to just randomly know measurements like that, but you're an archer, and you're a pretty good one from what I've heard, so I guess you could do that. Dash, dash, dash. The sounds stop. The figures separate and start facing each other. The moment I feel relief at the end of their battle, I sense an even stronger intention to kill. Did they sense you? Did Lancer succeed in his perception check? Normally I reference Fire Emblem. Right now I'm referencing D&D. My heart stops. The numbness in my body becomes convulsions, and I clench my teeth to hold my trembling body. I've actually been getting back in a Critical Role. I haven't watched it in a few months, so I'm like a dozen episodes behind, and each episode's like 4 hours. But I've been catching up, so I got D&D on the brain. I clench my teeth to try to hold my trembling body. What the hell is he? An overwhelming amount of magical energy is flowing into the guy in blue. And you can see it. Well, I guess if it's that much, to be fair, you might not be able to see the minor energy that surrounds Rin, but you could definitely see the energy that comes within servants, I guess, because it's that strong. But don't they use, like, a different force? Like, Archer said something like, oh, servants can sense servants and masters can sense masters, but they use different energy? Well, maybe that's only true when they're not manifested. And when they are manifested, they have to be manifested using magic. So it would be an overwhelming magic, I guess. That makes sense. That checks out. Also, I think this might be the first time hearing this song. If you can even call it a song. Audio track. Kiritsugu showed me once what it's like to draw in magical energy from the surroundings, which is something you can't do? Question mark? It was a beautiful magic that impressed even an amateur like me. But that thing is different. Oh, okay, yeah, so you normally don't do that. You use the other magic, because there's two kinds, right? There's mana and whatever the other one was, and you use the other one that just comes from yourself or something? Something like that. That thing is different. Just as even the simple task of drinking water could seem ugly if it goes too far, what he is doing is so excessive that anyone with knowledge of magical energy would hate it. Well, I mean, you know, sometimes you're really thirsty. Like, I mean, it's not ugly. If I see, like, a person that's, you know, like, you know, dehydrated and they drink a lot of water, that's not ugly. It's ugly if you don't let them drink water. Don't be rude. Let them drink water. Dash, dash, dash. He's going to die. No, you are, actually. Although, wait, are you talking about Lancer? Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know, like, what the branching paths are going to be like in this game. There's at least going to be one where Saber wins, obviously. Almost for certain. I could see one where Archer wins, maybe. They might go down that route. We played as Rin for a bit. Could we play as Rin again? Maybe. I think it's pretty unlikely anyone else will win. Or at least if they do, it will be off-screen because we will be dead. He's going to die. The guy in red is going to die. Oh, the guy in red? Why do you have such a... Why do you have that feeling? So, you're sensing it too. Because Archer and Rin both sensed also the phantasmal... The final smash. I guess, yeah, you're sensing it. But is that the same thing as thinking that the Archer is going to die? It's a blow with that much concentrated magical energy. There's no way he'll be able to survive it. Oh, okay. So it's not a sense. You're just seeing that he's going to, like, throw it at him or whatever. Or something. Okay. He's going to use his Kamehameha attack. Kamehameha Lance attack! He'll die. He's not human, so something merely like a human will die. That is... That's... something I can just ignore. That doubt takes my mind off of them. The binds on my body disappear, and the instant I take a deep breath. Wouldn't it be funny if Lancer's final smash is like the last one we see? Because it got teased so early on, but we didn't actually get to see it happen. So, and then it ends up actually being the last one we see. That would be hilarious. The instant I take a deep breath... That's a failed stealth check. The guy in blue stares at me, who's hiding. Uh-oh. The blue guy's body sinks. Start running now. I mean, he'll catch up, but start running. Just that motion tells me that I'm his target now. Uh-oh. My legs start running automatically. I finally realize it is to escape death, and I put all the energy in my body into running away. Hayaku, Hayaku! That means fast, by the way. There's also Hayai. I forget the difference. But I think they're just different conjugations of the same verb. Hayaku. Fun fact, if a word ends in u, an u syllable, it's probably a verb. Hayaku, I believe, is the verb. Hayai is a conjugation. I forget how it's being conjugated. I just know it's used a lot. Anyways, I don't know how fast I run, but before I know it, I'm in the school building. Nani o. Nani what? Yo adds emphasis. Nani o bakana. Na is a particle. I forget why it's used exactly, but it is a particle. Anyways, how stupid of me. I regret my actions, panting heavily. I think technically na isn't a particle. It's used in the absence of a particle. There's some weird reason for it. I forget. Like, it's used when you need a particle, but none apply? Something like that. I should have run into town to get away, but you ran into school to get deaded. What am I doing, fleeing to such a deserted place? And a school of all things. Isn't there some better place to hide than here? Anyway, why do I think I'll be killed if I don't escape? Well, because, I mean, why would he follow you otherwise? Because he wants to form a partnership! Grail War team up! Sleeper agent! We actually form a partnership with Lancer before Lancer kills me because I can see the future and know Rin saves me. Crack theories. And then I end up stabbing Rin in the back and me and Lancer are best buds. My heart aches from running so much. Turning around, I can sense nothing pursuing me. The only sound in the air is the sound of my footsteps. And you're breathing. That is a sound. Stop making it. That's a failed stealth check for sure. So I can finally rest. I stop my feet. Unable to take another step, send oxygen to my pumping heart, and look up to finally realize that I am safe. Given what we've already seen, this is probably when Lancer teleports to you and stabs you in the back or something. Although, he probably wouldn't literally teleport. I don't think they'd waste a because to literally teleport, you would need to use a command seal, and I don't think they'd use a command seal on killing a witness. So he probably just moves so fast you don't notice him because, you know, servants and all that. And that's right. Archer said that Lancer, even among Lancers, is extremely quick, so that's feasible, believable. Look up to finally realize that I'm safe. What was that? I recall the scene from earlier while catching my breath. Anyway, I'm sure that it wasn't something I should have seen, but you already saw it. Too bad. Some things like humans were fighting in the school grounds. That's all I can remember. Gosh, that amnesia, right? It'll suck when I grow up and it's much worse because, you know, but at least then, Archer. There was something else I saw out of the corner of my eye. That's my secret. I've always had amnesia. That's Archer's secret. He's always had amnesia. There was something else I saw out of the corner of my eye. Wasn't there someone else too? Oh, Rin. You were so focused on the battle you didn't notice her? I can't remember what that figure looked like. Oh, really? Really? You didn't see her, but she can't know that, so technically she should finish you off. But she saves you instead because she's derping in the moment. To be honest, I didn't have the composure to notice anything other than those two fighting. Well, anyways. Oh, that's Lancer's voice. The chase is over, right? I don't know exactly what he said there, but I think I heard worry, which means bad. I think, if I'm understanding right. So he probably said something like, oh, the bad is gone? Well, guess right. The bad's right here, bitch. Bad to the bone. The voice comes from right in front of me. Yeah, rip. F's in the chat for his half-death, half-F. If you can do a half-F, can we get some half-F's in the chat? You ran pretty far. Okay, first of all, you used oh my, rude. You don't know me, so you can't be using that in a funny sense. And secondly, oh, okay, so we got Zakari, you're using like an I to mean an F, and Wiseful is doing an F over 2. Interesting. And I think he said Wadi again. So it means the danger's not over, might be what he's saying. Ellipses. To be clear, I don't mind the translation being very different, because they are very different languages, and trying to do a direct translation usually doesn't convey the same meaning anyways, but, so I don't mind, even if he is actually saying, like, the word for bad in Japanese, I don't mind if they leave that out, because, you know, there's a lot of nuance that goes into translation. Ellipses. I can't breathe. My brain stops, and even though I cannot think, I vaguely understand that I'm gonna die. Just vaguely. You know better than anyone that you can't escape, right? Oh, no, what was my voice? My voice was bestial for him. I haven't voiced Lancer in a while. Also, I think this is a new pose for him. First time seeing him up close like this. You know better than anyone that you can't escape, right? People who get killed are usually like that. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. You don't have to feel ashamed. It's just like, just think of it like going to the doctors. Just a little prick in your heart. You won't feel a thing. That's not true. You actually suffer. You suffer for long enough that Rin can save you because they don't actually quite kill you. So, sorry about that in advance. Also, Zakari, why do you only comment when just for Fs? It's like your only comment for Fs. I don't mind. But, it's just interesting. You'd think I could call you Zakari F instead of Zakari A. Oh, there's the F again. And this time it's capital letters. Don't you use that tone with me, young sir, madam, ma'am, Zakari, mister. Anyways, you don't have to feel ashamed. The lance is casually raised. And you even wink when you said it. Oh, Shinde. I recognize that. You were just unlucky, kid. Well, you saw us, so die. Yep, there's the stab through the heart like lightning. Thrust through the heart. And the man's lance mercilessly pierces Emiya Shiro's heart. Oh, hey, that's not inner monologue. Unless, you know, you suddenly became third person. Are we going to flash forward now? There wasn't even time to dodge it. Or are we going to live through some of this bleh period? All the training I did was for nothing. Nada. I knew I was going to be killed. I knew I was going to be pierced by the lance, yet I could not move at all. Hey, Lancer. I'm still alive. Could you finish me off, please? I mean, you don't know that Rin's gonna save me. So could you please? I mean, this fucking hurts like hell, please. The world distorts. My body grows cold. Feeling vanishes from my fingertips. Realistically, though, is Lancer that sloppy? Wouldn't he kill? Is he that sloppy? This might just be the narrative, it being convenient for the narrative to not kill Shiro for Lancer to be sloppy. But maybe he has a reason for not purposely killing him outright. Or maybe there's some actual trick to why he doesn't end up dying outright. Either, a couple possible explanations is maybe Lancer is lying and he's Shinji's servant and Shinji wants Lancer to make Shiro suffer, which is why he purposely didn't kill him. He wanted him to suffer. Option B is that maybe Lancer's just cold, even if he's not related to Shinji. Maybe Lancer's just a dick. Option C is that maybe Shiro somehow used some small amount of magical energy when he was getting stabbed to just barely make the wound not lethal. Or maybe Kiritsugu left something behind and it protected Shiro. Theories, theories, theories. Maybe the snake thing on Shiro's arm protected him. Maybe, white-haired girl somehow gave that snake thing, because, like, if anyone would have given it to him, outside of, like, Kirei to make him join the Grail War, it would have been the white-haired girl. So maybe she gave him the snake thing to protect him? Because I could see her having that fucked up mindset of, no one's allowed to kill you but me. Only I can kill you, so I'm going to give you this so that you will be protected if you get killed by anyone but me or my servant, maybe? Maybe. Possibly. Maybe that means he would have lived anyways. Like, if Rin left the scene, maybe she would have saved him, which could have arguably meant that Rin wasted her magical energy. But that's wishful thinking. The white-haired girl might have just watched him fade. I'm not sure. That's the thought, though, is if the white-haired girl wanted to kill him in the Grail War, she wanted, and she really wanted to prove herself better, she might not have been satisfied with him getting killed by someone else. There's also the thought that if he gets killed by someone else, he's not worthy, so it doesn't even matter if I don't beat him. But then there's the thought of, no, I can't let anyone else do it, it has to be me. So maybe she put that snake thing there to protect him from death? Anyways, feeling vanishes from my fingertips. I cough up blood once. More blood should have come up, but it only happens once. Perhaps the man's lance is special. The blood slowly clots, and the heart that should have exploded stops working with just a single pierce. Oh, it's because of his special lance? Oh, okay, so maybe it always is going to be a slow death because of the nature of his lance? That's fucked up. I mean, in that case, frickin' stab him in the head and finish it off. Maybe you think that's too indecent? I don't know. Just feels like if you know it's going to be a slow kill and you're supposed to kill the witness. I mean, maybe you think it's indecent, but then don't you think it's inhumane to let him bleed to death slowly? Or maybe you don't care about that kind of thing and you're just like, well, if he's going to die, he's going to die. He'll get endorphins either way. I suppose that's also true. Did he get to the point of feeling endorphins? How close was he to death when Rin saved him? Anyways, the blood slowly clots and the heart that should have exploded stops working with just a single pierce. Dash. I can't see well. There's no feeling in me. I feel like a jellyfish floating in the dark sea at night. Do you know what those feel like? Have you felt many jellyfish? Do you eat jellyfish sandwiches? Oh, I love those jellyfish. That's my favorite lunch, just like SpongeBob. I don't feel any pain already. The world is white and only I am black. Sounds like Monokuma. You're the blackened. Everybody, Shiro did it. Vote for Shiro. Rather than feeling like I'm dead, it's more like the world around me has disappeared. I know this. I felt this 10 years ago. Oh, really? Were you hurting that badly 10 years ago before someone saved you? Because that would have been Kiritsugu, because you were not close to death when Kiritsugu saved you, unless you were, like, just dehydrated or something. This is how someone feels when dying. Were you dying? Were you dying? I didn't really get the impression you were dying. Maybe you were, but it seemed like if you were gonna die, you would have already died. Like, maybe you were a bit dehydrated or something, but I guess you could have ultimately died from the smoke exposure. Then again, did that fire have any smoke? Or was it... because it was like a special fire. I don't know.
死人に口なしってな。弱いやつがくたばるのは当然といえば当然だが。
I was waiting for the demo or the shikashi, and it didn't come because he said but at the end, which means demo, however, means shikashi. He said but that could have been used for either, but he didn't say it, so I guess he said something else. So I guess there's some other word that could be used to mean but. Gosh, so many words. Dead men tell no tales. It's only natural for the weak to die. But, don't you talk about my butt. Only Rin gets to talk about my butt. I mean, only Sakura. I mean, only my wife gets to talk about my butt. My butt region. I mean, then again, with your lance, it could be fancy if you want to, you know, go there. Oh, Lancer ending. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I cannot concentrate on my vision.
まったく嫌な仕事をさせてくれる。このざまで英雄とは笑い草だ。
What did you just call me? You really are. You really make me do unpleasant jobs. It's a joke that a hero is acting like this. Excuse me? Who are you referring to? Wait, oh, you're referring to yourself. You're referring to yourself. Okay, I got it. I was about to freak and be like, you're calling me a hero. How do you know Shiro thinks of himself as a hero? Does that mean you're Sakura's servant or something? No. He's referring to himself. He's a heroic spirit. He's a hero. I got it. And he's talking about his master, about how his master is making him do the unpleasant job of killing this witness. I understand. I can only hear voices. Is he talking to someone? Is his master there? Hold the phone. I thought his master was far away. It's only natural for the weak to die, but... You really make me do... It's a joke that my hero is acting like this. Is he talking to his master? Wait, like, you can't talk to your master over a distance, right? Without, like, a phone or something? Like, he has to be right there to talk to his master, doesn't he? If his master is there, and they just see Shiro and they're letting it happen, do they know that Shiro's not actually dead? That's reasoning for it to be Shinji, because Shinji would want him to suffer. If it's Sakura, I don't know. Like, that's the thing. If Sakura was a master, that could go a couple of ways. One of those ways is that she's plot twist, you know, hates me all along. Another way is split personality. The third way is that she's a master, and maybe she doesn't expect Shiro to get involved in the Grail War, and it's gonna freak her the fuck out. Because she actually genuinely likes Shiro. If it's that third option, she would not be okay with this. Not in the slightest. Who else could be masters, and what would their opinion of this be? Ryudo seems to genuinely like me, unless that's a fucking lie. In which case, fuck you, Ryudo! You know, if you're the master. I'm just thinking of plot twist master options. I'm assuming it's one of the school people that we're already aware of. If it's Ayako, please don't say so, Ayako. I mean, I would still love you, but please no. Please no. You can archery me up the butt later. White-haired girl? I don't think so. To me, that doesn't really add up. I think she would... No, yeah, I think she would wait until Shiro had already summoned his servant. So, I don't think so. Doubt it.
わかっている。文句はないさ。女のサーバントは見たんだ。おとなしく戻ってやるよ。
I'll go back. Maybe they are talking over the phone. I know, I have no complaints. I saw the girl's servant, so I'll go back. Maybe they are, like, on the phone or whatever. Interesting. Or can they just, like, telepathy? Is that a thing? I don't remember. Whatever. They're talking over a long distance, it seems. So I'll go back. I have no complaints. I saw the girl's servant. You saw the girl's servant. So your goal was to see the girl's servant. You were ordered by your master to find out Rin's servant. Because I think the Tosaka is a big family name, right? So there's probably some other mage at the school who knows Tosaka and expected her to be part of the Grail War and wanted information on what kind of servant they had. Lancer now has this information to report to his master, which means, yeah, the person is probably, you know, a fellow school chum. Interesting. But that's the question. The other question is, who set up this circle? Did Lancer's master set up the circle that's going to try to eat the school? And if that's the case, they did that for the purpose of getting Rin to act? Or did Lancer's master notice that and they took advantage of that, which would mean double duty, and there's 2 extra masters at the school? I could see it going both ways at this point. I mean, I don't know. A voice filled with irritation. And after that, I hear footsteps running through the hallway.
Archerか。蹴りをつけておきたいところだが、マスターの方針を破るわけにもいくまい。まったく、いけすかねえマスターだこと。
Him? Did he say him? Did he say him? Did you just say him in our game of waifus and very few males? Did you say him? That's information. Archer, huh? I want to finish the match with him, but I have to follow my master's plan. Jeez, I don't like him. Also, an unlikable person? Sounds like fucking Shinji to me. It's a him. Hold on, it's a him. Stop the presses. There are more females than males. It's a him. Okay, so Shinji, Issei. It could be Kuzuki. It's not going to be Kirei, and anything lower than that's not relevant. So we've got, I think this narrows it down to Kuzuki, Issei, or Shinji. If it's Shinji, I mean, wow, super dick. You had me stay over late on purpose, probably so I could get killed, because you were expecting, you were trying to do both at once, right? You were trying to spy on Rin, so you were kind of expecting Shiro to be a witness and get killed. And I bet you, in that case, I bet you didn't even know. I bet you didn't even know Shiro was going to be involved in this, and I bet you just wanted to get him killed off just because you don't like him. In which case, wow, double fuck you, Shinji. If it's Issei, that's cold. Do you know that it's Shiro? That's the question, though. Does whoever... Okay, Shinji would have to know. But if it's Issei or Kazuki, they may not know. It may just be some random person, which might just be the master being a cold person. And just say, yeah, whatever. Whoever the witness is, doesn't matter. And maybe Issei could still genuinely be my friend in that case and just not know it was me. Maybe because he didn't know I stayed late. And he might find out later and legitimately be sad about it. Kazuki, not much I can read on him. We don't know much about his personal life. He seems cold in private. So if it's Shinji, he's an uber dick. If it's Issei or Kazuki, they could just be doing the master thing, killing the witnesses. Maybe they don't like it. But, anyways. If I had to guess between one of the 3 who it is, I mean, I kind of want it to be Shinji so I can punch him in his jerk face. But also, that would make him extra levels of dick. And I want him to be extra levels of dick. Please, Shinji, be extra levels of dick. It'll be all the sweeter when I kick you right in the dick. If it's Issei or Kazuki, I don't have much of an opinion. And I don't have... Okay, I want it to be Shinji. I think that would be fun. If I had a random guess, legitimately, I don't think anything's pointing me in any specific direction. So I guess I'll just say Shinji. Yeah. And also, okay, I don't like him. Shinji is an unlikable person to other males. Shinji, if he got a male servant, there'd probably be some distaste between them. So I think there's some backing to the Shinji theory. We don't really know Kazuki enough. He could be unlikable. You could argue Kazuki's unlikable. There's an argument to be made Issei is kind of unlikable. At the very least, he doesn't like Rin. But, yeah, I don't like him. The voice suddenly disappears. I guess he jumped out of a window or something. No, is that all? He didn't teleport or anything? Was the window open? Did he break it? Do we have some school property that Issei is going to have to deal with? Oh, darn it, a broken window! This is going to come out of the student council's budget. After that, footsteps approach me and stop. In that brief period, more footsteps. More footsteps? What do you mean more footsteps? 2 sets? Archer doesn't run. He, he floats, because he's like a ghost. He's not a real person. can't hear much now.
追ってアーチャー。ランサーはマスターのところに戻るはず。せめて相手の顔ぐらい把握しないと。
Follow him, Archer. Lancer will probably go back to his master. This won't be worth it unless we at least find out what his master looks like. Is this before or after you use the jewels on me? And if I can really make this out... I mean, I don't know. I can't really speak on what it's actually like to be dying. I don't know. My thought would be that you wouldn't be able to focus enough to make that conversation out, but I'm honestly not sure. So I can't really say it's unrealistic because I really don't know. I haven't been there. And I haven't really looked up or checked what other people who've been there say about the situation, but I don't know. Whose voice was that? I have voices turned on. You can't tell it was Rin's? I concentrate my fading mind, but I can't remember anything. Right now, my breathing is too noisy. My lungs must still be alive. Technically, people are alive. Lungs aren't alive. Anyways, the air coming out of my mouth is as loud as a hurricane.
その割にはまだ死んでないってのはすごいな。
It's amazing he isn't dead yet. I sense someone looking at my face. Oh, and this is the part where you're like, no, not him. He's Sakura's friend. Perhaps my breathing was loud as the figure tries to close my mouth and...
やめてよね。なんだってあんたが。
Stop it. Why does it have to be you? I hear the person grit their teeth. Then they touch me without hesitation. Touching. Is this foreplay?
破損した臓器を偽造して代用。その間に心臓一つ丸々修復か。こんなの成功したら時計塔に一発合格ってレベルじゃない。
Did you say this last time? I don't recognize it. Reforge the damaged organ and use it as a substitute and restore the heart in the process, huh? If I succeed, I'll be accepted to the clock tower instantly. I don't remember that term, clock tower. I sort of get what she's saying. The clock tower is probably a higher group of magical sorcerers, or maybe not sorcerers, but maguses that have proved themselves to be hot shit. And so, like, if she can pull something like that off without her jewel, that would make her hot shit, so she could probably be accepted to be part of the clock tower, is my assumption. I just don't remember her saying this when I was playing as her. But maybe she did. If she didn't, though, then this is timey-wimey, trippy-whippy. A pain-filled voice. With that, my mind stops fading. Dash. Feeling returns to my body. Slowly, bit by bit, like a drop of water going down a leaf, feeling returns to my body. Dash. What is the person doing? The person is sweating and places their hand on my chest with all their heart. Dash. When I notice, the place where the person placed their hand is terribly hot. Hot, like, you know, giggity, or no, not now, too soon, maybe later? We'll make out later. When I'm not bleeding so much, when I'm not dead. It must be so hot that the frozen blood melted and started to flow again. Phew. I sense someone take a deep breath and sit down. I'm tired. I hear a clang of something falling, and this is when she drops her pendant. Are we going to hear Archer coming to pick it up?
まあ仕方ないか。ごめんなさい、父さん。あなたの娘はとんでもなく薄情者です。
Tosan? You don't even call him Oto-san? I guess it can't be helped. Forgive me, father. Your daughter is terribly heartless. Just so you're aware, you usually refer to your father. You could either refer to your father as Chichi, I believe, or Oto. It's different readings of the kanji. Well, no, it's not. No, that's not right. Sorry. Chichi is referring to your own father. Oto is referring to your other father. I think technically, but sometimes you just refer to your own father as Oto anyways. Although Oto, oh, by the way, O implies respect. O, sometimes you use go instead. But if you add O or go to the front of a word, it adds respect. And so Oto means you're respecting your father. She didn't say Oto, she just said to. You usually say Oto, which is kind of disrespectful, but I guess that's because she looks at her father more as a mage than as a father. Or something like that. She might just not be thinking about it, but subconsciously, there's a reason, some nuanced reason for why she said Tosan and not Oto-san. Your daughter is terribly heartless. And that's it. The person speaks to mock themselves and leaves. I mean, you're not heartless. I mean, I guess you're heartless to your father, but that's the opposite. You'd be well, Your heart, no, you'd be heartless if you just let him die. Well, that's not heartless, but like, it's not heartless to not do what your father, because that would be more giving into the heartlessness, because your father was kind of a dick, no offense. Did you watch Fate Zero? He's kind of a dick. Then again, what if he was out of character? Maybe he's actually a great dad, and he's only a dick in the Fate Zero universe, right? Maybe, I don't know. Dash. My heart resumes its activity. And then my mind stops. This is not the sleep of death. This is a restful sleep to recover the energy to wake up again. Okay, so what's this wake up gonna be like? Flash. Apologies to anyone watching that has, what's that term called? Epileptic. Not ellipses, that's the wrong word. Just apologies if you're one of those people that doesn't like flashes. There's a term for that, I forget what it's called. Gah. I wake up. Okay. I feel sick, my whole body's in pain, and I have sharp headache. Each time my heart is... What? My heart throbs. Don't do that, text, please. What happened? Oh, man. We've been going for a decent while, but I really want to see if I can get the saber before I stop streaming today. I can't remember because of the sharp headache. My body is cold, probably from lying on the floor for a long time. The only certain thing is my ripped uniform, my own blood on the floor. Are you sure it's your own blood? Maybe it's like Rin's blood. Maybe she had her period, you know, right here on the floor. It's all a trap. What? Ellipses! Exclamation point. I get up with a hazy head. The spot where I was lying looks like a murder scene. Yeah. Damn, I really... Hontoni! Honto, by the way, means really. Hontoni also means really. It's like... Well, anyways. I think Honto is really. Hontoni... It's also really, but I forget what the difference is. Anyways, had my chest pierced? Gah. Bearing the pain, I enter the closest classroom. Moving to the locker with unsteady steps, I take out a mop and bucket. To clean up the blood? Really? That's really what you're worried about? Really? What am I doing? You're trying to be helpful, right? You don't want the school to have to clean up the blood. That's, after all, it's not their fault. It's not your fault, though, that's for sure. Well, debatable for... It's your fault so much that you agreed to stay late. It's Shinji's fault for goading you. But, like, if Shinji didn't know, then it's just bad circumstances. If Shinji knew, then it's his fucking fault for being a fuckface. Shit face. But, anyways, what am I doing? I'm still confused. Why do I still have to clean up when I've just met something terribly outrageous and been killed instantly? Am I an idiot? Everyone responds to danger like this in different ways. Maybe this is just your way of functioning. Like, your first response to a situation like this is, fix something, clean something, do something. Just, and, because, you know, you fix things a lot, so I can see that. You're trying to remind yourself of the kind of person you are. Like, that's right, I'm alive. I'm Shiro. What is Shiro? What is Shiro? Right, I fix things. I clean things. This blood, I gotta clean this up. I can see that happening. Damn, it won't come off. What won't come off? A blood stain? A scar? I wiped the floor. Oh. You're talking about the floor. You're not talking about your own body. Never mind. I wiped the floor with the mop. Is it magic blood? Magic Lancer blood? With unsteady hands, I managed to get the blood wiped off and pick up any trash lying around and put them. So you're not poisoned or anything, right? Because they say, like, Lancer's Lance is special, but it's not, like, poison? Because, I mean, isn't it just better to explode their heart? Oh, maybe for silent killings. Maybe he doubles as an assassin. Like, he could have been an assassin card, but he got picked for Lancer because it's more convenient. Maybe. Maybe it's better for silent killings if their heart doesn't burst when you stab them in the heart. With unsteady hands, it is better for silent killings. It can't be denied that he'd be make a decent assassin, but the cards might have just chosen him as a... Anyways, the Grail might have been like, you could be an assassin, but we already have one, so you're going to be a Lancer instead. I managed to get the blood wiped off and pick up any trash lying around and put it into my pocket. Maybe I'm destroying the evidence. That's right. I gotta make sure whoever killed me isn't caught. What? I'm still in a daze, so perhaps that's why I'm doing something so absurd. Indeed. I put back the mop and bucket and leave the school like a zombie. To be fair, if the school found the blood there, if they found the blood without the body, they would undoubtedly examine the blood. They would know it's yours, and then they'd be like, "Hey, dude, what the hecky heck? Why is your blood here?" And you would have some splaining to do, because like it would have been a lot of blood. It's hard to explain that away with, "Oh, it was a paper cut." So you can't really do that. They're gonna want a big explanation. So to be fair, it actually makes a lot of sense to clean that shit up. Even though I think at the time, most people, after a killing like that, after being sort of killed, wouldn't really be in that mindset. But thinking about it more clearly, that actually makes a lot of sense, even though I don't think that's why he's thinking about it. Well, he just said to clean up the evidence, but like, he talked about it like he was trying to protect the killer. Not like he wanted to make sure nobody found out that he almost died, but maybe. Leave the school like a zombie. Brains. Brains. I get hotter as I walk. Oh yeah, I get hotter. That's right. I'm hot. The air is cold, but it feels like my body is burning. It's burning up. Okay, so we're going home, and Sakura's not going to be there conveniently. God, that's fucking convenient. Okay, there's more reasoning for Shinji to be Lancer's master, actually. I was thinking, oh, what if Sakura is, you know, Lancer's master, and she planned all this, and that's why she's conveniently not here right now. But there's actually a lot more reason for Shinji to be the master in that case, because Shinji could be all like, hey, Sakura, don't go to Fuji's, because he thinks she's going to Fuji's, not Shiro's. Don't go out during the next few days. Just don't do it. And maybe because he doesn't want her getting involved in the Grail War, there could be some, like, she doesn't want her getting close to Rin, because Shinji would know Rin is a master and knows that he has to kill Rin, and so he doesn't want Sakura getting involved, even with Rin, with anyone, just to be safe. He wants to keep her home or something. That would show that he cares somewhat about his sister, maybe. So that's possible. When I get home, the day has already changed. There's no one home. Neither Fujine or Sakura is around now. So how does this happen? You still don't seem to know anything about the Grail War. Like, you need like a summoning circle or something to summon, right? How do you summon Saber by accident? I collapse to the floor. I lie on the ground and finally calm down. Ellipses. Oops, I skipped your breath. I take a deep breath. When I inhale, my heart cries in pain as if cracking apart. No, that's wrong. It wasn't just cracked. It had a hole in it, but it healed, and the wound tries to open up again when I inhale. That's bad. Don't inhale then. Ouch. It's true that I was almost killed. No, that's wrong too. No, that's wrong. I keep thinking of Danganronpa. No, that's wrong. I want to say Iati, but that's like objection, which is a Phoenix Wright thing. I don't know. Are they saying Iati in Danganronpa as well? I've never listened to the weeb Danganronpa. Well, actually, that's not true. I actually got into Danganronpa through the anime adaptation, Japanese with English subs. So I actually have seen it, but it's been a while. And I don't remember what they said. I wasn't almost killed. I was actually killed. You were only mostly dead. There's a difference. I'm still alive in spite of that because someone saved me. Somebody save, come on. I never finished Smallville. I kept up with it for a while. I liked it, but I sort of like fell out of it like during the last couple seasons. So I never really. I think I did catch the last episode, but I missed a couple seasons leading up to it. So I didn't fully understand what was going on. I have Smallville on the mind recently because there was like, you know, on Twitter it was trending that like the Smallville guys are going to be in the Arrowverse or whatever. I've literally not seen a single thing from the Arrowverse, but it sounds like a cool crossover event, so I might start looking into that. And I have seen Smallville, so if that's part of the Arrowverse, I guess I have seen some of it. The last person saved him because his... wait, hold on. What are you saying? I thought you were saying... Because you said saved, I was thinking of Smallville. I don't think you're talking about Smallville. The last person saved him because his father... So is Rin going to become his mommy now? Oh, yeah. Yeah. When Kiritsugu saved him, that became his father. So now that Rin saved him, Rin's his mom. Mother I'd like to fuck. Usually that means other mothers that aren't your own mothers. But I mean, hey... No chromo, right? I'm still alive in spite of that because someone saved me. Kiritsugu is the father and Rin is the mother. That would be awkward. That would be an awkward relationship. Did they ever meet? I don't think they ever actually met. That's okay, though. You can have a mom and dad that don't know each other. It's fine. It's fine. Actually, that's not fine. That usually means... Generally, when the mom doesn't know the dad, that means some dark stuff. Like, you know, the mom had a one-night stand, but she had several one-night stands around the same time, so she doesn't even know who the father is. One of those weird situations. I wonder who it was. I should at least thank them. Since the person was there, that person might have something to do with them. Well, something to do with you or something to do with the killing. Both, actually. But that makes no difference to the fact that the person saved me. I have to thank them one of these days. Well, maybe you'll get a chance to thank them later today when Saber is about to kill her. That's where we left off with Saber, at least. Gah! The moment I let my guard down, the pain returns. At the same time, I feel like vomiting. Alright, let's do it. Oh, man, shame we're not watching the anime. I'd love to see this hardcore vomit action. Gah! I sit up and resist the sickness. I place my hand on my bare chest where the uniform is ripped. Huh, that's some man service right there. Even though I was saved, I did have a hole in my chest. Giggity? That feeling. Such an unpleasant feeling, a spearhead entering my body, a thrust like lightning, isn't something I can forget easily. That first line is going to just stick with me forever. Damn, I'll have nightmares about this for a while. Kusa! If I close my eyes, it feels like the lance is still in me. Oh, right, I should probably explain whenever I burst out random Japanese words, right? Kuso means basically damn, more or less. It's the closest thing Japan has to a swear word. Other than, you know, conjugating their verbs to use the imperial form. If I close my eyes, it feels like the lance is still in me. I shake off that illusion and try to calm down. Alright, I'm starting to calm down. Yosh. I don't actually know what Yosh means. I haven't actually looked it up. I just have heard it a lot, and based on context, I think I know what it means. Like, Yosh is like, yes. I should look it up one of these days. I technically don't know what it means. I just have an idea based on hearing it enough times. I think it's some variation of, yeah, I did it. But, I mean, yata is when you did it. So Yosh might just be like, all right. I don't know. The result of all the training every night. You mean the training as in training your muscles? Yes, you were training for this day, you just didn't know it. Just taking a few deep breaths clears my mind, and the heat and nausea vanish from my body. So about those guys. A man in blue and a man in red. Red versus blue! That was the title of my video. That's also the title of a machinima from, like, Halo or whatever. They looked human, but I don't think they were. Were they like ghosts or something? Yeah, that's pretty accurate, actually. I've never heard of ghosts with form able to associate directly with people. Thank the Grail for that. They were talking, too. If they have their own will, it's hard for me to think of them as ghosts. They're like ghosts, but they're like, the Grail has summoned them to be like, you know, manifested-ish. They're spirits. They're of a higher plane than ghosts. They're like level 20 ghosts. They're characters who were level 20 in their lives before they died. No, they got past level 20. They ascended. They went into, like, the extra levels. After level 20, like, oh, man, it's hardcore. They have their own will. It's hard for me to think of them as ghosts. I've heard that the only ghosts with a body are spirits, but aren't they shaped differently from humans? Except when the Grail summons them. I doubt Kiritsugu told you a damn thing about the Grail. He probably wants to keep his distance. No, that's not the problem. There's another fundamental problem. Those two who are killing each other. The murderous burglar that has appeared in the neighborhood. Do you think it's related? Oh, I guess it's also possible. Maybe no, because why would one be left alive? Okay, here's a thought. Up until now, I've been thinking this was an inside job, like a master summoned their servant and killed their whole family, or killed their whole family themselves so they didn't find out about them being like a master, or they killed their whole family to test their magic powers, something along those lines. I was thinking it was an inside job. Option 2 is that some other master killed their family, trying to kill them, and they were indiscriminate in the carnage. But this person that was left alive is the master and managed to get out of there alive because they saw it coming or something, or they managed to defend themselves with magic or something like that. In which case, this person, whoever that is, must have a raging anger boner at whoever tried to kill them because they killed their whole family. Whatever the case, I doubt this is a burglar. I'm guessing at the moment it's an inside job, but it could be an outside job. The ongoing ominous events in Fuyuki City. Ellipses. All I can tell with such thoughts is that it's way out of my league. If father was still alive. If father was still alive, I'll tell you exactly what I think he would do if he was still alive. First of all, if he knew the Grail was coming up, like, probably, like, within a few months of the Grail coming up, he would probably take you and get the fuck out of this city. He would want to stay far away from the Grail War. No thank you. I'm positive he would do something like that. Maybe his death was unexpected. If he expected it, he might have, I don't know. It might have been awkward to leave Shiro a note saying like, hey, in a couple years at around this date, get out of this city. Just don't be there. I don't know. But like, I don't know. That's part of me makes me think because of that reason, his death may have, maybe they didn't announce when the next Grail War would have been at the time of his death. Because 10 years is pretty uncommon from what I remember. I think Fate Zero said like it's usually every 30 years. So this is, I think, an exception. So maybe Kiritsugu didn't know when the next Grail was happening. Then again, he also cut himself off from the loop, right? He was no longer like part of the magic group of elite people. So he might not have even known for that reason too. But if he did know, and if he knew the Grail War was coming, or if he knew it was ongoing, he would take Shiro and get the fuck out. Perhaps because the wound on my chest is so vivid, I complain about things I shouldn't. Idiot. I've already decided to do whatever I can, even when I don't understand. Complaining comes later. You know, assuming you're alive, to live through the later. To live till the later. First, I have to decide whether or not it's my concern. What is this? Why the lights off? Is this Lancer, or is this something else? You still have yet to summon Saber. The bell hung from the ceiling rings. This is a Magus' house, even if only a poor one. There is a boundary field that alerts me when a stranger enters the property. Oh, you do have one set up. Nice, alright. Is that still left over from Kiritsugu? Did you set that up? He probably would have taught you to set it up. A burglar at a time like this. As I speak, I realize my foolishness. That can't be it. With this timing, right after that strange incident, that can't be it. I mean, it could be, but it would be a very freak coincidence. There's an intruder. Not a burglar, but an assassin who's here for my life. You know, it could also be like the person coming to... Well, then again, if it was someone like Rin who saved you, and they didn't stick around for you to wake up, they probably didn't want to be seen by you. So if it was them, it would be weird for them to come to you at the middle of the night, but not impossible. Not an impossible scenario. Because I remember that guy saying, "You saw us, so die." It wasn't... You're paraphrasing, but sure. Ellipses. The house is filled with silence. In the silent darkness, the murderous intent I felt at school is slowly drawing closer. So it's Lancer. Well, that's right. That's right. Because yeah, I'm remembering now. Rin saw Lancer fleeing the scene. So we know that Lancer came here. Okay. And this happens before, well, yeah, I guess it happens before I summon Saber, because when I summon Saber, Lancer gets the fuck out. So I don't even know, though. Even still, I don't seem to know about the Grail War stuff. How is this going to happen? Don't I need, like, a summoning circle? Like, you know, even if I was to run into one of Kiritsugu's books on the war and draw it last minute. The freaking thing in the shed. I talked about this. There's like some weird mark Shiro mentioned in the shed that has yet to come up in the narrative. And it's just not been talked about. Could it be that that is a summoning circle? Obviously Shiro wouldn't have drawn it, and I don't think Kiritsugu would have drawn it, but now I have more information. White-haired girl. At the time, I wasn't thinking about this. Like, I did briefly think, could that be like a summoning? But no, that wouldn't make sense. So I didn't really put my thoughts into words. But now, I can put my thoughts into words because there are words to be thoughted. What? Words. Maybe I should stop soon. We're about to summon Saber. We're almost there. Could it be the white-haired girl wants us to be part of the Grail War, right? And we still don't know how this stuff works. Could it be she snuck in, drew a circle for us? But how would we use it? We still would have to use it, right? It's not like she can summon the servant and be like, oh, it's his. Unless she can? Is that against the rules? If not, like, whatever the case, Saber's got to be summoned soon. Ellipses, exclamation point. My throat gulps. I feel a sharp chill running down my spine. I'll be instantly pierced if I move from this room. Ellipses, exclamation point. I frantically contain the scream about to escape my mouth. The instant I release it, the assassin will happily jump in and take the opportunity to kill me. If that happens, it'll be just like before. You mean when you were stabbed by Lancer? Or do you mean like before in the fire when you were killed then almost, maybe? Flashbacks? Crazy things that Fate Zero didn't show me? That'd be cool. That'd be a cool twist if there's something even Fate Zero kept for me, like a dick. Unprepared, I'll be pierced by that lance again. The moment I think about it, my breathing goes wild. Damn it! Kso! I'm ashamed that I'm about to give up my saved life so easily and that I'm afraid to die. Don't be ashamed. Be courageous. I don't know. Now's a good time to get that archery back going, You got a metal pipe close by you can put some magic into? Gah! Gritting my teeth and holding my chest, I try to restrain myself. I know that realistically, assuming the summoning circle is in the shed and that's what's going on, he's going to need to get to that shed to summon Saber. Oh, shoot. No, that's right. How did I forget? The beginning of the game. That looked like the inside of the shed, right? Sort of. It's hard to tell because it was blurred. It looked bright. But when Saber was standing up, that's right, and she was talking down to Shiro, was that like the inside of the shed? Sort of? Maybe. But, that's the thing. I can't just say, oh, Shiro, go to the shed. The circle's there. Because I'm trying to role play and say what advice would I really give to Shiro, having the same information he does. And Shiro doesn't seem to know about that. So, seppuku for a quick, easy death this time? I should get used to it. Quick, easy deaths? No, slow, painful deaths. Don't get used to those. Maybe you should get used to deaths, honestly. Multiple pathways, and this is the Grail War. It's probably going to be some deaths. This is the second time. I'm about to be killed. That alone is enough to make me want to end differently from last time. Besides Momagus, I wonder what the branching paths are going to be like. Is it just going to be choices like, talking with people? Or will there be choices in battle? Like, oh, do we fight them like this or like this? And will that be just what decides what kills, whether Shiro succeeds or dies? I'm not sure. Besides Momagus, what have I been learning for the past 8 years if I can't even protect my own life? Well, I think you were trying to protect others' lives, but to be fair, if you let yourself die, then all that trying to protect others' lives is worthless, you know. As a great Sith once said, he could save others, but couldn't save and even save himself. Yada, yada, yada. Issei, what does he have to do with this? I'm sure he didn't actually say Issei, but I heard Issei. I don't think he's talking about Issei, the character Issei, but I think I heard him say Issei. All right, let's do this. Let's do it. Enough thinking. Okay, no more thinking, just do. Personally, I think too much. I'd probably think too much in scenarios like this, and I would just get sidetracked. In the moment, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I've never been in, like, a battle, so I'm not sure how I would respond to a situation like this. If I have to think in an instant, and, you know, I don't get forever to just ramble like I am now. Ramble with my inner monologue. Right now, I just have to counter the intruder. They do say that time sort of slows down in situations like this, like, but not to the extent that you can ramble indefinitely in your inner monologue. I just have to counter the intruder. Alright, I like this. I like this. Even though he doesn't seem to know about the Grail War, doesn't seem to know that Saber's going to bail him out, he wants to try. He wants to try something. He's not just going to be a pussy who gets saved by Saber. He's going to try himself. I like that. I like that. First of all, I need a weapon. Even though I'm a magus, all I can do is strengthen something that could be a weapon. To fight, I need a weapon. Oh shit, we're going to get Shiro versus Lancer? That's not going to go well, I'm sure, but at least he's going to try. The shed has lots of things that could become weapons, but it's too far away. Oh, the shed! You just mentioned the shed, and I blanked. So you're going to go to the shed, and that's where you're going to... Okay, okay. If I'm attacked when I leave the living room, it'll just be a repeat of what happened earlier. Okay. It'll be difficult, but I have to find a weapon here. So, when do you end up going to the shed? Maybe you end up running away and deciding, fuck it, he's got me cornered. I have to get to the shed anyways? Or something. Something long and thin would be best. My opponent's weapon is a lance, so something like a knife would do. Okay. I mean, you know, honestly, in the weapon triangle, lances beat swords. But I guess technically, depending on the game, knives aren't the same as swords in Fire Emblem. But anyways, we went back to Fire Emblem. We were D&Ding for a while. We're back on Fire Emblem. D&D doesn't really have a weapon triangle. I mean, that'd be funny. Playing a D&D campaign, just use Fire Emblem logic. And, you know, let's see, yeah, so swords be... is there like a Fire Emblem tabletop role-playing game? If not, there should be. My opponent's weapon is a lance, so something like a knife won't do. It'd be great if there were a wooden sword or something, but of course there's nothing. If anything here could be a weapon, it's what? Oh wait, you just said something like a knife won't do. Oh, you were admitting that you lost the weapon triangle. I phased out. Apologies. Right. So but you're still looking for a sword. You think a knife's too short, that makes sense. But I mean, a sword still loses in the weapon triangle. It's that knives sometimes don't lose in the weapon triangle. I mean, obviously I'm just using Fire Emblem logic in this, but if anything here could be a weapon, besides, to be fair though, this is probably one of the newer Fire Emblems. This game came out a while ago, but I'm playing it more recently. So let's be honest. If it's like anything like the newer Fire Emblem games, weapon triangles are only potent when you get to the higher levels anyways, which is stupid. Which is stupid, by the way. Weapon triangle matters the most in the early game when you're limited on your units and what their weapons are, and your units generally have only one weapon type. Generally, after promotion, your units have multiple weapon types. You also have more units to choose from to get a balanced team. So weapon triangle becomes less of an issue in the later game and is a lot more relevant in the early game. So when you make it so when it's not relevant in the early game, it only matters in the later game, you're like, what's even the point, man? What's even the point? Intelligence system. Sorry, that grinds my gears. Anyways, the newer games have just been making it so that the weapon triangle in the early game isn't even relevant, and it's like that's the main point where it is relevant. Yes, what are you doing? If anything here could be a weapon, it's oh shit, it comes back! Only the poster Fujine left here! The one that hit you? That was kind of metal, wasn't it? Oh, it's relevant! The fact that she hurt you, it's relevant! I'm gonna turn her hate into my power! Oh, I love you, Fujine! I love you for hitting me! That's a bad relationship! I'm disappointed. But despite that, I'm determined even in this hopeless situation. Do not Zetsubo! Do not Zetsubo! Zetsubo means despair, by the way. Now that I'm in the habit of explaining what Japanese words mean. Despite that, I'm determined even in the hopeless situation. Things are already as bad as they can be, so they can't get any worse. Never say that. Never say that. That's a red flag. All I have to do is run forward until I run out of energy. Don't run forward. That'll give Lancer a great opening. I mean, don't let him come to you either. I guess just don't fight him. What? If you were an archer... What he said. It was basically English. With the words that suggest my reconstruction, I channel magical energy into the 60-centimeter long poster. Oh, we're getting lengths here. I have to turn it into something that can repel that lance, so I need to channel magical energy into every corner and solidify it. Oh, shit. We're getting in the nitty-gritty. Ooh. Basic quality. Analyze. I extend my consciousness. As if soaking my blood into the poster through my skin, I permeate magical energy into it. Basic quality. Reinforce. A sense that I've hit the bottom. Right before the magical energy overflows from it. And this is when he fucks up and dies. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Oh, don't turn it off. I was just starting to jack off. I mean, what? I cut off all connections with the poster and shudder at the feeling of success. The poster is now as hard as metal. Yeah, that's right. Get your boner on. It's as light as it was before, so I couldn't ask for a better sword. Giggity question mark. I did it. How many years has it been since I last succeeded the strengthening of magic? Oh, years. So you did it. So you mean normally when you do it, you always fuck up, but you did it this time? Maybe, they do say, the fear of death leads to epiphany or whatever. So, but how many years? Why? Were you also in a near-death situation back then, too? It's kind of ironic. The magic I've never been able to achieve since Kiritsugu died is finally working in this kind of situation. Oh, so for at least 3 years, not 5, you haven't been able to do it. Okay, good to know. Anyway, now, so you have it. What do you do with it? I might be able to do something. Only if you're fast enough to counter Lancer, which seems like a fat chance. I have some knowledge of how to use a sword. I hold the poster with both hands and stand up. Okay, so you're going to need to get Archer training from Archer and sword training from Saber. If we can also get Lancer on our side somehow, maybe you can even... Well, I mean, I don't know what Lancer things you would normally use, but like... I made a joke earlier about how you'd be best buds, so I'm just continuing the joke with no real punchline. Oh, you can use the broom that you always use to clean up after other people's messes. You can use that and strengthen the broom. Anyways, I hold the poster with both hands and stand up. Awesome broom lance. I'm sure in some Fate video game, when you can use a Lancer, if this isn't a thing, it should be. You get joke weapons, Lancer should get a mop. If they don't, make it a thing. Make it a thing, whoever makes the Fate video game. Is it still Type Moon? I don't know. I mean, no, Type Moon does this game. Would they do the spin-off games, or do they just do the visual novels? Anyways, I hold the poster with both hands and stand up. I'll die anyway if I stay here, and I don't think I would be able to flee even if I escape this house. Yeah, because they're too fast. But if they're too fast, but they wouldn't be too fast, but they'd be too fast. They'd be too fast, not 3 fast. So all I can do is run straight to the shed and make a stronger weapon. Oh, so you're going to go to the shed anyway. Oh, I see. You wanted to get at least some kind of weapon now. And now you're going to go to the shed just in, in case you had time. Because you might not have even had that chance. Makes sense. Phew. Come if you're going to come. It won't be like before. And the instant I think that... Oh, shit. Is this where the thrusting like lightning? It's boner time. What? My whole spine shivers. Oh, there's the thrust. When did he arrive? He was always with you, inside your heart. Remember when he thrusted you like lightning? He's been inside your heart since then. It's like poetic, except he's trying to kill you. Appearing from the ceiling, the guy drops straight at me. Here's a question. How does he know? How does the master know? How does Lancer already know that he's alive? That's something I pondered earlier, right? It'd be one thing if he came to school next day, and whoever this is saw him at school. But no. And assuming this guy went straight home and Shiro wasn't seen by anyone, this gives credence that it's someone Shiro knows kind of well, and not some rando, because otherwise, how would they know? Unless Lancer can maybe sense the big... Oh, you know what? That's true. It's possible they sensed the big magical energy of Rin saving Shiro. They might have sensed that, Lancer or the Master. That's possible. Fair. Peering from the ceiling, the guy drops straight at me. Huh? Silver light descends upon me. Silver, not blue? The guy that seems to have come straight through the ceiling descends to pierce my head. Head? Oh, shoot! Ninja time! Oh, okay, he was actually being kind of silent, but not silent enough for you to dodge? He's actually kind of bad as an assassin. Even if he has a weapon that's assassin-like, he's pretty bad as an assassin, because he seems to announce his presence a lot, either with actual words or just with his actions. So maybe that's why he didn't get to be an assassin, despite his weapon maybe having assassin-like tendencies? You You're not even gonna say oh my? I'll oh my right back at you. You called me an oh my earlier. Oh my yourself. I frantically escape by rolling forward. Ow! He lands softly while I keep rolling. But I stop rolling and stand with my freshly made sword in hand. Oh, so he's just on the table now? That's an annoyed look. Like, I gotta kill you again. Twice in one fucking night. Do you have any more revival powder? Because this is getting annoying. Let me go raid your pockets for Phoenix Downs. Joke's on you, it wasn't my Phoenix Down. Ellipses. He turns to face me looking bored. Yeah, I can see that. His personality makes sense. I already fucking killed you once. That time I felt kind of bad about it, but this time it's just a pain. Oh, that's why you went for the head this time instead of the heart, so it would be an instant death? You're causing unnecessary troubles. I was being considerate by killing you before you noticed me. He raises his lance again, seemingly uninterested. Dash, dash. I mean, ellipses. I'm so used to saying dash, dash. I don't know why, but he lacks the spirit he had at the school ground. In that case, I might be able to outwit him. Yeah, I doubt it. Just because he's bored doesn't mean he's not thinking. Jeez, I never thought I'd kill the same person twice in one day. I guess it just means the human world's always filled with bloodshed. Shed! I'm gonna go to my shed. The man's complaining as if he thinks nothing of me. Because he doesn't think anything of you. That'll change, though, when he finds out you're a master. Dash, dash. I slowly move backwards. It's about 3 more meters to the window. That's 3 too many. Once out the window, it's about 20 meters to the shed. Ah, jeez. Is he really going to let you go that far? Maybe if you can distract him somehow. He's definitely being sloppy and not caring much about this. He is that kind of person who just, you know, he's not too efficient. He could be efficient and kill you outright and not think about it, but he's got big emotions. He's emo. That's how freaking the creator of the iSomnium files put it in the one. That's how we define emo, even though that's not how it's normally used. Emo is just being, well, anyways, he is very emotional. Let's go with that. He is not that he's emotional, but he acts on his emotions a lot, and his emotions are very much. He's not so much logical as he is emotional. That's what I'm trying to say. And his emotions right now are being like, "This sucks, mommy. I don't want to do it. Can we go home? Are we there yet?" It's that kind of thing is probably what's going through his head, roughly. Then I can run off this instant. But it's not like he really wants to get home really badly, and that's why he's in a rush to kill Shiro. Maybe it doesn't seem like he likes his master very much. So maybe it's like, yeah, whatever, I could kill you and get back to my master, but I don't like it there anyway. So I'm just gonna, you know, take some time, check out your crib. Looks kind of nice, maybe. Maybe that will give Shiro an opportunity to get away. I can run off this instant. See ya. Don't come back this time, kid. He says blankly as if sighing it out. Huh? Pain assails my right arm. Did he miss? Was it a magnet? Did your right arm magnetize the spear thrust? Huh? It happened in an instant. The man's lance is thrust without time for me to react. I would have faced my second death with that blow. Why didn't you? What prevented it was my newly made sword. Oh, did he not realize that it was a weapon? I guess that's how little he's paying attention to the situation. He must have thought it was just paper. I mean, it is, but... The lance thrust as if the poster wasn't there was deflected by it only and skimmed my right arm. Go! Now's your chance! Go! If he starts to realize you're kind of a magical threat in some way, he could, you know, find that fun and be like, oh, now a real challenge. And that might also give you a chance. But he could also be like, oh, you're a threat? Never mind, I have to kill you instantly. I think it's actually more the former than the latter, but whatever. Wow, that's a strange technique you've got there. The man's expression goes away. His carelessness disappeared and he's now staring at me with beast-like eyes. Ah! What he said. I screwed up. I was just being stupidly optimistic when I thought I could do something. The thing before me is a monster beyond belief. Okay, jump out the window and go. Go, go! Hayaku! Ima o Hayaku des. I don't know if I spoke properly there. Ima is now. Hayaku is fast. Des. Anyways. Painfully, I realized my foolishness for letting my guard down even slightly against him. That's right. If I'd been really desperate, I should have ran frantically to the window as soon as I miraculously avoided the first attack. Yeah. Wait, if you'd been really desperate? If you'd been desperate, or if you'd been logical. What did you say? I realized my foolishness. Well, yeah. Oh, so you thought you could actually fight him off without going to the shed? Don't. Be stupid. Do that. Go to the shed.
ただの坊主かと思ったが、なるほど。微弱だが魔力を感じる。心臓をうがたれて生きているってのはそういうことか。
I thought you were just a kid, but I see. I do feel some magical energy from you, even though it's weak. That must be why you're alive even after I stabbed you through the heart. Well, that's half of it. Maybe he did live because of his magical energy to some extent. Like, Rin saved him, but he only survived the pierce in the first place because of his magical energy, maybe. He points his lance at me. Dash, dash. I mean, why do I keep saying... Oh, it's just all I'm going to say now. No more ellipses. Ellipses is dead in this playthrough. It's just dash, dash, dash. Speaking of dashing, start dashing! I won't be able to block it. I can't possibly block that... I think I'm starting to get hiccups. I can't possibly block that lightning fast blow. Oh gosh, I'm just about at my stop time, but I really want to get to Saber. Come on, please. Let's get to Saber so we can, you know, get our holy waifu. I mean, what? If his weapon were a sword, I might have been able to at least prepare for it. But that's a lance. A sword follows a line, but a lance is a point. How am I supposed to block a blow from a point that I can't even see coming? We're almost to Saber. We're almost at the intense thrusting. This is where I get to take my actual Wang, and she gets to take her sword-like Wang, and we get to cross thrusts. I can put my actual Wang into her actual Vajang, and she can put her actual magical sword into the hole that Lancer made. Double thrusting! This stream is rated 17 plus. I mean, you already know that. But, I forget sometimes. And I have to remind myself, no, it's okay, I can be dirty. We're 17 plus. Good, it looks like I might be able to have a little fun. The man's body descends. In that instant... Oh shoot, what do you do? His lance is swung sideways. Okay, how do you dodge this? How do you dodge this? I blocked the lance coming at my face with just my instincts. Bullshit! I don't believe you. Okay, you gonna jump out the window now? He's really not caring. I mean, I get it. It seems in character that based on what I've experienced of this Lancer so far, he doesn't really care that much. He's just trying to have some fun. He's like, oh, you have some magic. Let's see how long you can keep this up. I can see that. Like, Lancer's like, oh, okay, let's see how long you can dodge my weak attacks. This is kind of fun, actually. I have some fun here before I go back to my dick master that I don't like. I can see that. Makes sense. Gah! Just as long as he doesn't give him such an opportunity that he gets to summon his servant. I mean, we know he does, but, you know. Yeah, he's playing with him. Good boy, here comes the next one. He's going slow on purpose. He could totally kill Shiro in one shot, but he's playing with him just because it's kind of fun for him. There's a huge whirlwind. I don't know how he's moving the lance in this small room, but it makes a beautiful arc end. Yeah, the fact that you're able to see these in time to block them. Comes to attack my body from the other side. I mean, it's still hurting like hell for you to block like this, but he's still playing with you for sure. My constructed sword moved to stop it bends. Is he using a hammer? I mean, no, he's using a lance. The fact that it doesn't cut straight through your flimsy magic sword and kill you is, well, it's proof that he's playing with you, I think. This numbness feels like I've broken the bones in my arm.
Come out!
Damn you! Huh? I swing the sword instinctively. Oh shit, now this is the first time you're taking the offensive. He must take me lightly as he hasn't pulled back his lance, so I flick away the shaft with my sword. He said shaft. Giggity. What? My mind is in the gutter 24/7. What? He hasn't pulled back his lance. Pulled back. What? Okay, that's... If I'm taking that line as dirty, then I'm long gone. He hasn't pulled back his lance, so I flick away the shaft. Okay, okay, you're making some kind of progress. I mean, he's letting you make it, but still. Did he just kick you back or something? Is he a lightsaber man who just kicked you back with his foot? The arms that hit it go numb. Or did you, like, hit his armor? Because that's sort of like armor, the blue stuff. And maybe that just did nothing. And you need to, like, hit his head or his hands to do anything. And even then, will it do anything? He probably has some, like, magic armor going on. The arms that hit him go numb. The sword bends even more, and the man's lance only moves slightly.
使えねえな。機械をくれてやったのに無駄な真似しやがって。まあ、魔術師に切り合いを望んでも仕方ねえんだろうが。
At least he was nice and gave you a chance. If Lancer was practical, I guess we wouldn't have a visual novel, or we'd be playing from Rin's point of view the whole time. You're useless. I gave you a chance, but you didn't do anything worthwhile. Well, I guess it's asking too much to expect a good armed fight from a Magus. I mean, maybe if he was a better skilled Magus. To be fair, he's kind of an amateur even at what he's good at, so... The man was just playing with me. I mean, duh. He let me hit him once, since I blocked him twice. But I used up my one and only chance for just a makeshift attack. That's why he sees no point in fighting me anymore. Yeah, it was a pretty shitty attack. So, yeah, at this point, run! Yeah. Once he gets bored, you're dead. Once he gets bored, you're dead. Get out of there before he gets bored. You've let me down. I'll just kill you now, kid. He readies his lance again. Say what? During that small unnecessary movement. What? Say that again? Oh, you don't want to let him down? I don't want to let you down. I want to be your hero. I mean, not your hero, but I want to at least... I want to save you from your boredom. That's one way to be a hero, Shiro. You could at least save him from his boredom. It's baby steps. Say what you want, you idiot! Without looking behind me, I jump out the window. Oh, seemed to me like you were going to thrust towards him, but no, now you're actually running for it. Took you long enough. It's okay. Deep breaths. Actually, don't deep breaths. That's going to take too much energy. Just run. I break the window with my back and roll outside. Ow. I roll a few times, get up, and go, go, go. Come on, no time like the present. Without a thought, I turn and swing behind me. I mean, that's kind of futile. Just run, man. Did you actually block a lance attack? The man hesitates a moment as he deflected his lance thrust. Oh, did you see that coming, or was that luck? As I expected. Oh, if those were just instincts, then good instincts, man. If I jumped out the window, he would definitely come after me. That's using your thonker. That's tactics or something. I mean, it's instincts, but it's also smarts. It's having the smarts to use the tactics. He would kill me even before I could get up. That's why I expected the fatal blow and swung at it. Nice, nice. At least you'll have some kind of battle strategy, but Saber will probably still have a lot to teach you. It was a bold plan. I would have died if it was a second too late or a second too early. But considering the difference in our skill, I could never have been too early. I mean, yeah. It either would have been late or not at all. It would only have been early if he was still, playing with you. So all I had to do was get up as fast as possible and swing out what was coming behind me. I mean, I think he's still playing with you. The fact that you're still managing to block him, or at least he's still bored and isn't taking this seriously. But, the result was perfect. I won my bet and deflected my man's lance. I don't think you're going to get that lucky that many times. I mean, it's a combination of luck and skill, but... You're not always going to hit the jackpot, so go, go, go! I quickly regain my balance. Now I have to make it to the shed before he recovers.
Tobe.
Oh, fly! I know that because I was practicing the Case Closed song. Tobi dashite yuku. Anyways. Huh? Fly his lance? Okay, that's close. Too close. I need adult. I need a saber. I need a servant. The man who supposedly had his lance knocked away comes up to me empty-handed and... Oh, did I knock his lance away? Wow, he really wasn't trying. And what, kicks you in the stomach or something? Kicks you right in the ball sack? Spins and executes a roundhouse kick? Oh, shit! What? Oh, maybe you're helping him. Lancer, without realizing it. You're kicking him to the shed. Is that it? That's silly. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay. Ow. Ellipses. The scenery flies past me. My battered chest is numb and I can't breathe. No, what's more surprising is I'm flying. That's a strong kick. Too bad we don't have any fisticuff servants. Or at least feet-to-cuffs? No fisticuff servants. It's a shame because it seems like these servants have decent, you know. I want a Goku. I want to summon Goku. I never in my dreams thought that I'd be sent flying by a mere roundhouse kick. Oh, did you land in the shed though? This is perfect. This is perfect. Lancer, hoist by your own petard? Hoist by your own Picard. Star Trek. I fall to the ground from my back. I hit a wall and come crashing down. No, it's Star Wars with metachlorians, not Star Trek. Don't confuse them. I can't breathe. My vision is blurred. I managed to stand, supporting myself against the wall of my destination, the shed. I have to pee. I renegade, not Shiro. What? Sorry, I wasn't role-playing. I gotta get back to role-playing. I tracked the man with my blurry vision. I must have been kicked 20 meters. Then again, getting kicked 20 meters, if you have a bad bladder, it would all go spraying out. Maybe that makes the summoning circle. My pee sprays and makes the circle, or activates it or something. Wouldn't that be funny? The man approaches, lance in hand. I'll be killed. I'll definitely be killed. The man will be here in a second. Well, then in less than a second, summon Saber. If I don't want to die now, I have to get up and face him. Ellipses. The lance comes out at me. I can't even turn around fully, and my collapsing body faces the man's lance. If you're a man, keep yourself together. That's what I'm trying to do by not getting pierced by your lance and split apart. How fortunate. What did you block it with? I got lucky as I couldn't hold myself up and my knees collapsed. Oh, you fell and you ducked by accident. Yes! The best accident. The lance goes over my head and hits the door of the shed, opening it. Okay, come on, let's do it. Summon him. Just summon her. Come on, do it. This is my last chance. If I go in the shed, there should be something that I could use as a weapon, like a summoning circle that'll summon Saber. That's gotta be what it is. He still doesn't know what's going on. That thing from earlier, those markings he was talking about at the beginning of the game, which means it's been there for more than a few days. How long in advance did she set it up? This is my guess, that white-haired girl set it up. That's my guess. Gosh. How long has she been here? Has it been there for years? Has he said how long it's been there? Anyways, if I go in the shed, there should be something I could use as a weapon. I enter the shed in all force. There. This is it. You're right, I really have to pee. I mean, what? A fatal, inescapable blow is thrust. Like lightning. You! And I block it. Oh, well, that's not what we want. Come on, we want to get Saber out here already. We want our sabers to get longer. I mean, they'll be invisible, but ooh. Invisible schlong. I unroll the poster and make it into a one-time shield. Haha! Lances beat swords, but shields do nothing in the weapon triangle. They don't exist in Fire Emblem. Get out of here, smelly shields. A huge impact. The opened up poster did block the lance, but it was not strong enough. It's pierced through and transforms back into its original paper. Gah! Hit by the impact of the thrust lance, I'm flung into the wall. I fall on my butt and recover myself, but we're talking about butts again? We're about to get Saber and her thrusting it up the butt. Didn't we talk about the butts? Larry Butts! When I raise my head to try and find a weapon. Checkmate. That was a pretty surprising kid. Surprising kid move. I guess Bozu is his term for kid. I'm not familiar with Bozu, but I'm not sure exactly what it means, but I'm sure it's probably some version of you that refers to kid. Or he's not even saying you, and he might just be saying kid. Anyways, Saber! Man is pointing the lance at me. Saber! Dash, Saber! This is it, Saber! This man's lance is pointing directly at my heart. I really have to, pee from my Saber. I know this. This is the smell of death I felt just a few hours ago. Do it! Summon her! You don't even know how you're gonna do it. I don't know how you're gonna do it. Just do it! I guess you don't need some kind of chain. You just gotta touch the circle or something. Come on. Just do it! But I have to click forward? One last comment to give us time. I don't understand. You're quick-witted, but you suck at magic. Seems like you have talent, but I guess you're just too young. Also, he didn't really have the best teacher. I mean, he did, but the teacher didn't really want to teach him proper magic. And also, I only had him for a few years, and I've disconnected myself from proper magical society. But anyways, enough with the small talk. You were trying to kill me. Where's my saber? I can't hear him. My mind is focused only on the weapon in front of me. It's only natural, because I'll die when that thing is thrust. What else can I think about now that things have ended up like this? It's unlikely, but maybe you were the seventh one. Well, how would that make any sense? Wouldn't I know if I was the seventh one? I mean, I am the seventh one, but wouldn't I know? Wouldn't, from your perspective, I know? Wouldn't the seventh one know who they themselves are? And if I was killed before the war officially started, because technically it doesn't start till the seventh one is summoned, to my understanding, wouldn't they have to get a new seventh one if I understand correctly? I don't know. Semantics. Well, this is it for you, even if that's the case. The man's arm moves. Okay, he didn't respond at all to seventh. I mean, I'm sure at this point he knows nothing about the Grail War. But, like, you know, seeing the servants and not knowing what that was. But, like, this is even an extra hint, like 7. And Shiro still isn't responding to that at all. I mean, to be fair, though, he's in this state. Anyways, the movement I couldn't even see before looks like it's in slow motion now. The running silver light. Is this the thrust like lightning? The spearhead moves straight for my heart. It will spill blood in the next second. I know this feeling. The feeling of metal running into me. The taste of blood coming up my throat. The sense of the world around me disappearing. I felt all of it earlier. And I have to experience it again? Really? Oh, damn. Again? Man, that sucks, Soras. Again, like last time? Shit. I understand. Why do I have to go through this? Because Shinji asked you to stay late and you said yes. That's pretty much the reason. White-haired girl essentially saved you, is my assumption. She still probably is going to want to kill you, but she's going to want to kill you herself, I'm thinking. This is bullshit. I can't accept this. I can't just die here meaninglessly. I was saved, so I can't die so easily. I'm spewing my words now. I have to live and fulfill my obligations. I have to be a hero. If I die, I can't be a hero. I need to be a hero. If I die, nothing can be solved. But the lance will pierce me. The spearhead will cut into my flesh and pierce my heart. It pisses me off. It's ridiculous to kill someone that easily. It's ridiculous for me to die so easily. People are actually rather fragile. It's unfortunate, Cheryl, but it's a fact of life. People can die pretty easily. It really sucks, but it's true. Dying twice in one day, that's ridiculous as well. I mean, come on, wasn't once enough? Can I die a second time some other time? Maybe next week. So, everything is screwed up that I can't even contain it at all, and now you piss everywhere. Damn it, I won't be killed meaninglessly. I won't be killed meaninglessly by someone like you! Huh? Are? Nandesu ka? Truly it.
Nani?
What he said appeared like magic. In a blinding light, it appears from behind me. So you must have accidentally touched the circle. Is what happened? Right? My mind stops. All I know is that the figure who appeared is a girl. Okay, Saber's subbing. I gotta pee so badly, guys. Let's just stop it there. Oh my gosh. I really gotta pee. I've been holding it in. Normally I would do a BRB, but we're so close to ending. Fate. Stay pee. Also, we got Tip Saber. Yay! Yatta! As always, yeah, we reached it. You're welcome as always, Wise Fool of Dev. Yeah, I will see you guys next time on Let's Play Fate Stay Night, where we properly get introduced to Saber properly. Till then, still don't have an outro phrase. Yeah, I used powerline adapters again, this time instead of Wi-Fi. No drop frames. I'm not surprised. Powerline adapters work better for me than Wi-Fi. It's just sometimes randomly, Powerline is just like, no thanks. Wi-Fi never does that. So if I could just get both at once, that would be if I got a proper wired connection, which I plan on getting at some point. But there are things that are stopping me from doing that for the next while. Anyway, stop recording.